rim, baby. Catch the rim, baby. Dance with this shit.
Gervonta Davis has captured the boxing world's attention yet again with an electrifying training video that highlights his incredible form and skill as he gears up for his March 1st showdown with Lamont Roach. Although the fight is still 3 months away, Davis already appears to be in top shape, sparking widespread buzz and varied opinions across social media.
Just overall being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best.
Initially scheduled to defend his WBA lightweight title against Roach on December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, the fight was postponed due to scheduling conflicts. It's now set for March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. While many fighters might take it easy this early, Davis is proving he's cut from a different cloth as his recent training footage and public appearances show his dedication, paying off in a big way.
Is that all it takes? Just a little comment?
Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
You always go like this. Always go like this.
Nah, what I'm
always
saying,
get the
you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
Tank recently made waves when footage from a press event surfaced online. In the clips, the Baltimore native looked absolutely ripped, showcasing broad shoulders, toned arms, and a rock-solid core that stole the spotlight. Fans took to social media in droves, with one commenting, "Lamont Roach is in trouble, Davis is in shape." Others chimed in with praise, saying, "Tank looks insane," and "those shoulders are massive." Clearly, Davis's relentless work ethic is earning the recognition it deserved.
I'm gonna beat his ass for y'all talking.
But Davis's fitness isn't the only thing making headlines. He now appears faster and more agile than ever. Some are saying this level of preparation spells trouble for Lamont Roach. While most fighters ease up on training until closer to fight night, Davis is already showing why he's a step ahead. His rigorous training routine and year-round discipline set him apart as one of boxing's most focused athletes. This matchup isn't just another fight for Davis. It's a high-stakes battle against Roach, the reigning WBA super featherweight champion.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And he want to prove his skills.
Roach has been granted special permission by the WBA to move up in weight and challenge Davis for the lightweight title while still holding his 130 lb belt. A skilled fighter, Roach claimed the WBA super featherweight title by edging out Hector Luis Garcia in a split decision in November 2023 and defended it successfully in June against Fergal MCC. Now he's aiming to join the elite ranks of two-weight world champions, a feat that would secure his legacy. However, defeating Davis is no small task. Tank's dominance in the lightweight division, highlighted by his 8th round knockout of Frank Martin in June, makes him one of the most feared fighters in the sport today.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
Hey, what's your gun plan?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Fans eagerly anticipate Davis versus Roach. Many were hoping for a unification bout with Vasily Lomachenko this year. Talks between the two camps began in early 2024, but fell apart in July when Lomachenko opted to take a break from boxing. His manager, Aegis Klimas, revealed Lomachenko wasn't ready to fight Davis and wouldn't return until 2025. This was a letdown for fans, especially since there were rumors of a deal being finalized. However, top-ranked president Todd Duboff later clarified that discussions never moved past the early stages. For now, the Lomachenko fight remains a distant dream, leaving fans focused on the highly anticipated clash between Davis and Roach.
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, yeah, we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
Okay. You fought in the regionals and then fought again in the nationals?
Lamont Roach is a skilled and determined fighter, but he'll need to bring his absolute best to face Gervonta Davis. Moving up in weight to challenge a powerhouse like Davis is no small task, especially with Tank's unmatched speed, power, and precision. While Roach has excelled in the super featherweight division, stepping into the ring with Davis is a whole new level. With 3 months to go, anticipation is already building, fueled by Davis's intense training, videos, and incredible physique. However, not everyone sees Davis as an unbeatable challenge. Shawn Porter has shared his thoughts on the upcoming March 1st showdown at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, highlighting the intriguing rivalry between Davis and Roach that dates back to their amateur days. According to Porter, Roach's familiarity with Davis could make all the difference.
Yeah. Thank all day, baby. Thank all the day. He's a word. He's a word. My money goes to
Alright, guys.
sorry.
Please. Right in the front right here.
Despite Roach's knowledge of Davis, Porter acknowledges the significant gap in skill and power between the two fighters. Davis, with an undefeated record of 30-0 and 28 knockouts, is one of the most explosive boxers of his generation. His recent 8th round KO of Frank Martin in June marked his 4th consecutive stoppage win, solidifying his reputation as a knockout artist. Meanwhile, Roach has quietly rebuilt his career after losing to Jamel Herring for the WBO super featherweight title in 2019. With 6 straight wins, including capturing the WBA junior lightweight title by defeating Hector Luis Garcia in November 2023 and defending it against Fergal MCC in June, Roach has achieved impressive milestones. Still, these accomplishments don't match Davis's dominance, making Tank the clear favorite.
No.
What?
Who said that? You said
My
what?
man over
You
there
said
said
what?
bet.
Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet.
Porter isn't dismissing Roach entirely, pointing out that his past experiences with Davis's power could influence the fight. This might be a fight until he gets hit again and again, Porter noted. He's felt that power before, so if he takes those shots and keeps going, we've got a real fight. Roach's familiarity with Davis's style and strength might give him an edge that few of Davis's opponents have had. Knowing what Davis brings to the table could help Roach prepare mentally and physically for the challenge. As Porter explained, experiencing Tank's power firsthand is vastly different from facing it for the first time, and that could shape how Roach approaches this clash.
No one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're gonna execute it and we're gonna get the
Move
results.
that head, bob and weave, bob and weave.
However, Porter remains realistic about Roach's chances. Familiarity with Davis's style doesn't guarantee the ability to counter it. Seeing that kind of speed and power for the first time can shock most fighters, Porter said. Roach won't be surprised, but that doesn't mean he's ready to handle it. The fight will ultimately come down to levels. Davis operates at the absolute peak of the sport, while Roach, despite his successes, is still a step below. Porter emphasized that while Roach may understand what's coming, stopping Davis is an entirely different challenge. Davis's power, speed, and intelligence in the ring make him a difficult opponent, and closing that gap will take more than just experience.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They
don't
gonna
bring 'em.
celebrate with me. Yeah,
Don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here
It's
shaking
gonna
what's the name? He was shaking on the
On
my kids. He was shaking on this.
Porter summed it up best. Roach might know what to expect from Davis, but that doesn't mean he's ready for the storm Tank is bringing. Fans can look forward to Roach putting up a strong effort, but Davis's dominance is likely to shine through. This fight isn't just a battle between rivals, it's a test of how far Roach's familiarity with Davis can take him and whether Davis can maintain his place at the top. With all eyes on the March for a showdown at the Barclays Center, one thing is certain, it will be a night to remember. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith has voiced his displeasure with Davis's choice to defend his WBA lightweight title against Roach, adding another layer of debate to this highly anticipated matchup.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look, he looked at
Nah, I'm telling him, you saying you going down in a 9th? You know that power curry late.
I know you guys.
Stephen A. Smith believes that Gervonta Tank Davis, with his stellar 30-0 record and 28 knockouts, should be facing tougher opponents in the 135 or 140 pound divisions. Instead, Tank is taking on Lamont Roach, a smaller fighter from the super featherweight class with a 25-1 record and just 10 knockouts. Fans seem to echo Stephen A's sentiment, accusing Tank of choosing safer fights where he holds a clear advantage. Despite the criticism, Tank's events continue to perform well on pay-per-view, allowing him to make substantial earnings while avoiding riskier challenges. Some critics argue that Tank's career has been carefully curated to maintain his undefeated streak without facing truly formidable opponents, likening it to an oil well that produces consistently without being tested to its limits. Speaking with Sean Zeidel, Stephen A. voiced his concern, saying, "I think Roach is too small, and that's my issue. I'm not questioning his skill, but size matters here." He drew comparisons to Tank's fight against Frank Martin, where Tank had criticized Martin's inexperience during the pre-fight press conference. Tank dominated Martin, proving his point. However, Stephen A. acknowledged that fighters like Martin often don't have the luxury of waiting for more experience before taking on a big name like Davis, as opportunities like these don't come often. He expressed frustration over Tank's decision to fight Roach, questioning why such a great fighter would choose a smaller opponent. Stephen A. believes Tank has the power to challenge even bigger fighters, though he admitted that claims of Tank knocking out middleweights are likely exaggerated. According to Stephen A., the only time it's acceptable for a champion to fight a smaller opponent is when the champion isn't known for their power. When the larger fighter clearly has the power advantage, it creates an unfair dynamic. Emphasize that Tank should be competing against fighters his own size, or even bigger, to truly test his greatness. Stephen A. Smith points to fighters like Teofimo Lopez as examples of opponents Gervonta Tank Davis should be facing, highlighting ongoing criticism about Tank's career trajectory. Critics argue that Tank's management has consistently protected him from risky fights, strategically building his undefeated record without putting him in a truly 50-50 matchup. Stephen A. acknowledges the business side of boxing, where decisions prioritize minimizing risk and maximizing profits, but he believes this approach has limited Tank's potential to prove himself against the toughest competition. With only a few fights left before retirement, it's unlikely Tank's career strategy will change. Some fans see him as an investment, carefully managed to ensure financial success while avoiding significant challenges. This approach has undeniably worked, as Tank's knockout power and star charisma continue to draw attention and sell pay-per-view events. However, it has also fueled criticism that his talent is being underutilized, as he's rarely tested against elite opponents. The upcoming fight against Lamont Roach exemplifies this strategy. While Roach is skilled, he's moving up from a lower weight class, making him the underdog. For Tank, it's another opportunity to showcase his abilities and add to his record, but for fans like Stephen A., it's a missed chance for a truly competitive matchup. Many boxing enthusiasts share this frustration, wanting to see Tank take on fights that will cement his legacy rather than padding his stats. Even former unified 154-pound champion Jarrett Swift Hurd weighed in on the upcoming clash, subtly expressing his confidence in Tank. While Hurd claims neutrality, his remarks suggest he'd back Davis if he were betting. And why not? With a record of 30-0 and 28 knockouts, Tank's dominance is undeniable, yet the longing for him to face more significant challenges continues to overshadow his achievements. Jarrett Swift Hurd isn't shy about his reasoning. He considers Gervonta Tank Davis the top fighter in the sport, while Hurd tries to remain neutral, even noting that he doesn't want to upset Lamont Roach. His confidence in Tank is unmistakable. Hurd, a seasoned boxing expert, acknowledges Davis's exceptional skills, highlighting that Tank isn't just a power puncher. He's a smart, calculating fighter who knows how to entertain. However, Hurd also admits the criticism surrounding Davis has merit. Despite his incredible record, some fans and analysts argue that Tank hasn't fought enough top-tier opponents to solidify his legacy. Hurd doesn't disagree, pointing out that Davis is often underrated because he hasn't faced the level of competition people expect. It's a curious label for someone with an undefeated record and devastating knockout power, but underrated seems to stick. According to Hurd and others, the issue lies in Davis's resume, which lacks the biggest names in his weight class. While Tank has beaten skilled fighters like Leo Santa Cruz, Ryan Garcia, and Frank Martin, critics believe he hasn't consistently taken on the elite contenders at 135 or 140 pounds.
Here's my take on the fight. Everything is true about this situation. One, Gervonta Tank Davis was being ducked leading up to this. Shakur Stevenson ducked him. Lomachenko ducked him openly. El Rayo didn't want to fight this year. He wanted to fight next year. Another thing is, I was hearing that Tank wanted it at 135 and rehydration, all kind of shit. So, but I don't know how true that is, which it wouldn't shock me if that was true. Either way, for whatever reason, El Rayo fell apart. The options were just...
Still, Tank's talent is undeniable. He's not just a power puncher, he's a showman with an incredible ability to adapt in the ring. Look at his last fight in June when he took down Frank Martin with an 8th round knockout. That win showcased everything Tank is known for: patience, precision, and devastating power. It's those qualities that make him such a heavy favorite against Roach. The March 1 fight against Roach is just the beginning of what could be Davis's final chapter in boxing. Fans are already speculating about who he might fight in his remaining bouts. Names like Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, and Devin Haney are at the top of the list. These are the kinds of matchups that could solidify Davis's legacy and silence his critics once and for all.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's gonna go. Tank gonna be losing the first 3 rounds, then he's gonna download the data, then he gonna knock this dude out in round 7 or 8, then he gonna do the backflip, then Jim Gray's gonna get in the ring, or Caleb Plants Hawaii, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's gonna say, I want all those guys. And they're gonna go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's gonna say, who do you want next? He say, I want all the guys. This is a pretty much Tank's.
But for now, all eyes are on Brooklyn. Tank knows this fight is about more than just defending his belt. It's about reminding everyone why he's considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Roach, on the other hand, has everything to gain and nothing to lose. That makes him dangerous. But is it enough to dethrone Davis? That's the question everyone's waiting to have answered.